All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to arguably the biggest episode of Orange Feelers to date.
Yeah, maybe look at the time of how long this actually goes for. It's probably the most shortest one we've probably done.
Shortest but biggest.
Yeah, biggest, I'll
Not
say.
longest?
Second last one until the grand final. You know, in 2 episodes' time, we'll know who the winners.
Yeah.
You know, 17 teams started, only 4 remain. Neither of our teams are there because they both suck. But anyway, we'll move on. We'll talk about the 4 teams that are left. And the 2 teams that got knocked out last week.
Yeah, so we got prelims this week.
Yes.
Then we got grand final.
Prelim week.
And then the podcast just rolls into grand
usually
final.
Well, not a good week when you're a Rabbitohs fan, but just a week.
Yeah, usually the Rabbits are playing this weekend.
It's usually our last game of the weekend of the season every time.
Usually you play this weekend and lose.
Unfortunately not this year, but we won't talk about the Rabbitohs because their season ended 3 weeks ago.
I think we're 30 seconds in and you've referenced the Rabbitohs twice.
Yeah, but
are we going to get
we're not talking about them. They're gone. They're irrelevant now.
Are we going to
We're only talking about the Storm, the Roosters, the Warriors, the Knights, the Broncos, and the Panthers.
And the Rabbits and Bulldogs.
Oh, no. They're irrelevant.
Can we get
They're on holidays. They're enjoying their time.
Can we get an over-under on like how many times you mentioned the Rabbits and I mentioned the Bulldogs?
Twice, yeah. They won't get mentioned again.
I reckon they might.
No, they probably will.
And I think I'll mention the Bulldogs a lot because that's just how biased we are, Zane. All right, let's get into the fun stuff. I guess player of the week off the bat. Before we get into our players of the week, let's give a shout out to who are we giving a shout out to, Zane?
The vintage Fred.
There you go. You're all over it,
You do the
mate.
explaining.
What, you don't want to explain it?
Well, you
have
do
a
it
go,
better.
have a go.
You do it better, mate. So the Vintage Fred is like a shirt company which makes shirts, custom shirts of NRL players, NRL personalities, like, you know, NRL creators. You could get one of me if you really wanted to, really. Yeah, any sports players in general. NBA, NFL, AFL. And yeah.
Yeah. Good. What, you've got one of their shirts. How would you rate the shirt? Like, is it a good shirt, bad shirt?
Good shirt, good quality.
It is great quality. Like, obviously, we're like kind of paid to say that, but at the same time, they actually are really nice shirts. I've had a couple of people buy them and like message me saying I thought the shirts would be like not that good quality, but they're actually like high quality. They're like stretchy.
And there's a discount code.
Fit. And there is a discount code, Zane. What is it?
It's hot dog. Is it?
Hot dog 10. You nearly got it.
It's hot dog 10. Yes, I knew that. Sorry, I didn't need to think about that. But anyway.
All right.
Player of the round.
Who was yours?
Shaun Johnson.
Yeah, same.
And Shaun Johnson pretty much based on the first 15 minutes alone.
Yeah.
Is why I've gone with
Clinic season from SJ.
That was just that first 15 minutes was unbelievable. I know the Knights did not touch the ball, but the Warriors just killed them.
But the Knights didn't touch the ball because of how good the Warriors were, right?
And so much pressure, especially with that crowd there. I'm glad they played this at Mount Smart. I'm sorry, go media.
Yeah.
Go media stadium.
Obviously, as I said, like my player of the week was also Shaun Johnson.
Did not pick him though.
But was there any other like notable players?
I mean, there wasn't anyone in the Roosters Storm game that stood out.
Like, yeah, for me...
Nick Meaney had a good game.
Nick Meaney did have a good game. I was going to say...
I wouldn't pick him for player of the round.
Like, you got other notable, but I definitely wouldn't pick him for player of the round, but they had big moments. Obviously, Cameron Munster and Will Warbrick.
Teddy was okay.
Had the big moment. Tedesco was good.
If they won, I could have...
Walker and...
Will Warbrick as well.
Sandon Smith had a...
Will Warbrick.
Yeah, Will Warbrick scored the match winner.
Obviously, the moment of the round is Will Warbrick.
Yeah, and actually, shout out to Sportshed TV, Times... Nats Rugby League Corner, who actually do like a moment of the week each week, and that was their moment of the week this week. That was the moment of the week. Like literally,
in general,
that was the moment of the week. So cheeky shout outs to them. In the Warriors game, I thought there was a couple of other notable performances outside of Shaun Johnson. Chance
had a great game, didn't he?
Adam Fanor-Blake,
probably forward of the round.
Adam Fanor-Blake.
Yeah.
Jackson Ford, I thought was good.
Yeah, like all of them had a pretty good game.
Warriors forward pack was
all of them did. Even the backs had a good game. You know, Dale Martinez-Lesniak, I was pretty disappointed with him against the Panthers, but he's bounced back in great fashion in this game.
You know who low key wasn't too shabby either? Our boy Adam Pompey.
Yeah, goal kicking.
Yeah, he's still goal kicking.
First kick, I probably would have missed it as well, but. As a professional player, you should be kicking those, but goal kicking, not bad.
I'm going to go off track here, Zane, but I'm going to give you some goal kicking stats, and it's about the Bulldogs. Matt Burton.
That's one.
So Matt Burton, he's goal kicking. I just did some like random research last night. So he was goal kicking at 74% for his career before this season. What was his percentage, do you reckon, this year?
I reckon like 85.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. I was like 84, 85%.
Who cares? Lachlan Ely says 100%.
But I was going to say, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Really?
2 from 2, 100%.
Both this year?
Yeah, this year.
There you go.
Against the Roosters in that final game.
That just made Lockie
Illy's about to... He does not miss.
I may as well just...
He does not miss.
I'm not going to go on my big stat rant now because Lockie Ellis is just better.
Exactly. Paul Gallen, 100% as well.
Jason
Clark.
I will say there is a Titans player that a certain rugby league personality claims doesn't miss.
Yes.
And Matt Burton has a higher kick percentage than him.
Ooh.
So.
Well, I remember that Titans player did not miss early in the season.
Yeah. Well, Matt Burton's the opposite.
But again, at the same time, they did not kick 23 in a row like Latrell did last year.
Matt Burton's kicked 16 in a row and still counting.
Oh,
so.
Okay. Sorry. I apologise.
Well, I mean, that's not 23. Latrell's still currently better, but if we can get some tries under the sticks early next year, or even just tries in general, Bulldogs don't normally score tries. Yeah. But yeah, that was just a little tangent, and I was going to give more stats, but Lockie Ellis is better, so I won't.
Thank you.
Most disappointing player.
Ooh. I'm going to have to say...
You know who I want to say?
Who?
Tyson Gamble.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Willie Mason.
Yeah.
Tyson Gamble wants to crawl into a hole.
No, I wouldn't say he's the worst.
Neither. I wouldn't either, but I just think it's funny that Willie Mason attacked him.
wasn't good.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's had a great year, but he wasn't.
Gagai was a bit off.
Oh, a lot of people say Gagai wasn't too bad. I didn't think he was. I don't think he was most disappointing.
Who was there like from Roosters or even Storm? Can you think of anyone?
No one was really terrible in that game though. That's the thing.
I can't even think of anyone that was like...
there was.
Who?
In the Rooster Jackson Paulo.
Yeah.
I hate this in the guy, but
fair enough.
PTSD. Sorry. Sorry, Paulo. Whatever.
Why is it PTSD?
Because I've had my moments with that guy.
When?
When he was the Rabbitoh.
Oh, Rabbitohs.
He's caused me punched a hole in my wall. What else have I done?
Is that true? Is that a true story?
Close to it.
Talk me
Kicked
through
the
that.
seat at a cord, which I nearly broke.
What game did you nearly punch a hole in your wall?
It was.
Panthers?
No, because
was he the one that dropped all the Cleary bombs?
I was at that game though.
But like that was him, but not this time. Yeah, okay.
The Paulo game when I got frustrated in was last season. I'm trying to remember which game it was. It was not the Panthers. Well, it might have been when we played the Raiders, I think. Maybe when we were in Dubbo then. I'm trying to remember. It was a day game.
Oh, yeah.
It was a day game. Well, I didn't punch a hole, but I nearly did.
You got beaten in Dubbo, didn't you?
Yeah. It was a day game early last season.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
I'm trying to think which one it was.
And you whacked a wall?
Yes.
Who did you break a hand?
No.
Oh, boring.
I did not. Thank God.
I actually had a footy team.
I'd be suing Paulo if that was
the
case.
It was under 15s, under 16s. And we were coming into, I think we were in finals. It was either right before finals or literally in semi-finals. And one of our best forward, I think it was Ethan Lovett. I think that was his name. So shout out to Ethan Lovett if you're watching. But I think it was at school or just in the afternoon or something. He punched a tree and broke his hand.
Yeah. Well,
and he was out of
someone
finals.
at my school punched the brick wall and broke his hand.
Shocking.
Last year. Yeah.
Can you believe that punching a brick wall ends in breaking your hand?
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
You got no one else to blame but yourself when you do that. That's just a dumb thing to do.
If you're watching this, the moral of today's episode, as if it's like a Saturday morning cartoon, is don't punch solid objects.
Exactly. Dumb thing to do. Don't know why you do it.
Stupid.
But anyway.
Did we pick a player?
We did pick a player.
Paulo. I'll steal Paulo as well.
I thought you were going to go Gamble.
Well, that was just... I may as well. Shout out.
Well, you'd have to think it's a Knights player, though.
I'm a Willie Mason side.
You'd have to think it's a Knights player. They conceded 40 in the finals, but I'll go Paulo because PTSD.
Clune was the halfback, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was quiet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eh.
Credit to the four teams, especially the losing teams, I guess. We're struggling to pick a bad player, so I guess the teams weren't that bad.
There'd have to be some Knights player.
It'd have to be a Knights player because they were... they got flogged.
Yeah, they did.
In the end.
And a lot of people gave him a chance to win this game as well.
Yeah.
But speaking of chances to win, one team in this first game blew their chance of winning.
The Roosters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they did.
Tell me about this game.
Well, you tell... Nah. This was... Which game was better?
LL. This game was better. Much better.
I guess it was. You know what? That was a dumb question. This game was one of the best games this year.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I'd agree.
Because Roosters were up by a field goal?
Yeah.
So they kick a field goal with 8 minutes left.
And I had a feeling Storm were going to still win.
Yeah, and there was that, I guess, a feeling in the air, I suppose, because I also had that feeling. And then maybe, 2 minutes ago, Cameron Munster doesn't set up for a field goal to tie it. We said they'd already had a couple
which
of
I thought Warbrick might have dropped, but watching the replay, I was like, yes, he's got it. How good.
Yeah, live, I was like, because they were all celebrating. I was like, why are they celebrating? I think he knocked it on, like into their hands.
Yeah.
But it was a very, very clean catch.
God, that's really annoying, isn't it? When they do this whole, it's touched his hand, he would have knocked it on. I'm like, yeah,
it's
but
like back in the 90s, it was a try. Like, that's not a knock on 20 years ago.
Like, it's just whatever.
Yeah, that is silly. But apparently, Will Warbrick, a.k.a. The Brick, what'd somebody say to me today? They said, the Will, the something, the Brick. You familiar with that expression?
No, I'm not.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if I'd be able to find it either, but it was like, it might have been the Will, the War, the Brick. Some sort of, I'll try and find it while I talk. But he actually used to play AFL.
Right.
And that sort of explains the catch, I suppose. But guess where he used to play AFL? New Zealand.
Oh, right.
That's kind of random, hey?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bloke in a Bar. That's where I heard that. Probably Guru said it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he used to play AFL, but in New Zealand, and also played rugby.
Right.
But I assume the AFL's come in handy because he had to leap up and catch that. And then the put down as well. What's that?
The Blues.
The Blues, there you go
Carlton.
for.
Oh, I don't go for a team, but I'm on their bandwagon at the moment.
In the AFL. I'll go for the Bulldogs. Can you guess why?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Shout out to my mum. She goes for the Demons.
I feel like I should get into the AFL a bit more.
I watched the grand final.
Yeah, so do I. But I'm like, should I just support the Giants next year? Don't want to support the Swans.
Giants. I think a lot of people go for the Giants. They're sort of like my second team. Like, I don't mind the Giants.
They're small, but
yeah, my mum goes for the Demons.
They're 30,000 members, but they're small.
Yeah,
they're a tiny club.
Yeah, no, they are. But yeah, the Demons actually lost on the weekend to my uncle's team. So my uncle's team beat my mum's team.
Right.
So there was a bit of. They didn't punch on, but it was funny.
Carlton, I feel bad for them. They've sucked for so long. Like, it's similar to the Dogs.
Yeah.
Like, they've sucked for so long.
Yeah.
First time playing finals.
To the Tigers, like, it's actually like...
Yeah. Like last season when they were in the top 8 for the entire year until the last round.
Yeah.
Reminds me of another team.
Yeah, that was rough.
Reminds me of another team in the NRL from this year, but I'm not going to say their name.
What team?
I'm not going to say their name.
What team?
Let's talk about the Melbourne game.
We're sort of there.
Team that wears Cardinal and Myrtle. They got, 13 players on the field at one time. Yet,
I was going to say...
As I said, they're irrelevant, so no more talking about them.
They are irrelevant.
Yes.
Cop that. You said it yourself.
Yes.
I was going to say
There's 4 teams left. They're not one of them.
We were talking about the catch, the terrific catch, but I was going to say the put down as well.
Oh, yeah.
Was almost as good as the catch. Like, he had to reach out and, I guess, get it down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hang on. I've managed to find the saying, and it was the Will, the War, the Brick. So shout out to Will Warbrick. That's just a
great
little saying.
Great
Somebody popularised that.
Great rookie year.
Yeah, very much so. Do you reckon? I personally don't think so, but do you think he can win Rookie of the Year?
I don't think he can win it.
Because he sort of debuted late and he's just like,
he debuted at like round 1, didn't he?
Actually, did he?
Yeah, he's played
so he's played the whole season.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking he debuted a little bit late.
Get it though.
Yeah, well, wingers never won the Dally M.
Yeah.
I don't know about. They probably have won.
Osako won Rookie of the Year.
Oh.
So a winger's won.
Was he centre at that time?
No, I'm pretty sure he was winger.
So it can be done.
Because they moved on Jordan Cahu.
And I'll tell you what.
That's a hit of nostalgia, that name, isn't it?
Jordan Cahu. He used to be, we were talking about goal kickers. He used to be a really good goal kicker. Taruva, he's a winger.
Yeah.
And he could win Rookie of the Year. Who's your pick?
I'm going Buller.
We're going to do Dally M, like Team of the Year and predictions in the grand final preview next week. But it's just like, we'll tell you our Rookie of the Year on Buller.
Yeah.
Because Preston can't get it. He's ineligible, I believe. So yeah, I'd say Buller as well. But I think Taruva's a smoky. And I think Isaiah Katoa's a smoky.
Yeah.
But purely just because like politics.
Earlier in the year, but I don't think he will.
I think the NRL would want Katoa to win it.
What they'd
just hype up the Dolphins a little bit. And like, just because they always just seem to hype him up a bit. The Storm Roosters games, and outside of the Cameron Munster kick to the brick, was there any other like key moments or anything that stood out to you?
The field goal from Sam Walker back-to-back weeks.
8 minutes to go.
Obviously, that's a big moment in the game.
Did he kick it too early?
Probably, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like, because obviously, like in hindsight, Storm scored on the last play.
And another moment that I found very interesting was Radley dropping the ball in the in goal when he went for that catch.
Yeah.
Poor guy, hey?
Yeah.
Poor guy. Should never play back there again.
Fair enough. I'll tell you what a really good moment was from Sandon Smith. I think it involved Victor Radley. I think Victor Radley took the run that led to the play. He ran 30 metres. And then Sandon Smith had 5 open men out wide. Joey Marnie was screaming for it. And he just hit the perfect man. Who scored it? Do you know the play I'm talking about? It was 20 out, sort of late in the game, maybe. I'll pull up the
I'm gonna get it up.
game.
Yeah.
I think it was a forward that scored, but I don't remember which forward it was.
From the Roosters?
Yeah, from the Roosters. And he could
Collins.
have... Yeah, that's right. It was Collins. And he could have played like Kiri out the back. He could have got long ball to Manu. But he just put Collins to this beautiful hole. It was such a good ball. I literally yelled out. And I'll tell you what, if I yell this out, you know it's a good pass. Ball. You ever do those ones? You ever yell out ball?
Oh, I say it in my head. Yeah. I yell it out loud.
That's what I mean. I'm saying if I'm yelling it out, it means it's good ball.
Did you think the Roosters could have won this game?
Well, yeah, 100%.
You think they could?
Because I was going to say before when I was talking about...
Do you think they could have beaten the Panthers this week if they'd won the game?
No.
Do you think the Storm will beat the Panthers this week?
We'll get into that.
Dead rubber game.
We'll get into that.
In my opinion.
I was going to say...
That sums up that game, dead rubber.
With the Sam Walker field goal, because I asked, did he go too early? I know that in hindsight, he kind of did because Storm scored. But that try was it wasn't fluky.
Just unlucky.
But it could have been stopped. Do you know what I mean? It was unlucky for the Roosters.
The catch was literally just spot on.
And so I feel like Sam Walker's field goal maybe was actually the right option and a good time to do it. Because they were 90s.
I mean,
if they stop the Cameron Munster kick, the Roosters probably
you're better
win the
off
game.
going for field goals later because it keeps the pressure on for the dying moments. They still had 10 minutes to get themselves together.
But they did it.
And
until the last 90 seconds when they scored off a fifth tackle kick. And if they defuse that kick, they probably win.
Poor Hainsey. Blaming Ashley Klein. Let's talk about that knock-on.
We probably should talk about the knock-on call. Knock-on, right?
Yeah.
It was a knock-on.
Absolutely.
It was a bad call.
Don't know how he missed it.
Did it cost him the game?
I wouldn't necessarily say so.
Yeah. No, neither would I.
You just got to move on from there.
And it is rough. And I think everyone's been on the receiving end of a bad call.
Roosters fans are just blaming Ashley Klein because, they got knocked out of the finals when he ref last year, this year, maybe 2021.
Well, I think Hainsey actually does have a bit of history with Ashley Klein. I think there's some images that go around.
I like Ashley Klein. He's one of my...
but that's because you're a Rabbits fan and Ashley Klein does naughty things to the Rabbitohs, or vice versa.
Rabbitohs have the best record under him. Just saying.
The knock-on call...
That's a start.
So Harry Grant knocks it on. Ashley Klein doesn't see it. He said that he can only call as the game goes or whatever. But then Storm get a penalty, kick it upfield, and then score a try. And so it was a bit rough, and it sucks. Any team, any fan, any game, it sucks to have that sort of thing happen in a semi-elimination final. Probably hurts a little bit more.
And he's not refereed this week, Klein.
And he's been stood down, rightfully so. I think. What do you think? Is that fair?
I'd like. It
was a bad call. That's because you like it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have an issue.
Everyone says he's often regarded as the best ref in the NRL. I don't think he is.
Who do you
I
think
don't rate
he
him
is?
that much. I don't know. Not Ashley Klein.
Tell me.
I don't know. I couldn't.
It's not Ziggy.
I think they're all terrible.
Not either of the Suttons. It's not Todd Smith. It's not Grant Atkins. Ratkins as well.
I don't mind Grant Atkins.
No, we call him Ratkins at South.
I don't mind him.
Penrith Junior.
I don't mind Grant Atkins.
No, Ratkins, please.
Don't mind Grant Atkins.
Ratkins. But anyway, while we're talking about rest, should we talk about the game?
We're talking about the rest because of the bad call, Zane. Yeah. It was the key moment of the game.
We should be talking about who our favourite ref is. I was going to say
as well, on the call, the Roosters fans, it sucks that that's happened here, but it's also a bit of karma for 2019 when they won a premiership off the bad call.
So you poor buggers, better luck next year. What a shame.
You can't blame that.
And the Roosters probably going to be overhyped again next year. Everyone's going to tip them to win the comp, and then they'll just underachieve.
I'll tell you this for free, Zane. The Roosters won't win the comp next year.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice. Good. All right.
So I'm just saying, when people really sell out of predictions, please don't have them in the top 4 and give them a chance to win the comp.
There's no chance.
People have done that for 3 years now. And they've just underachieved. And it won't be the Dogs winning either, thank you.
It will be, actually.
It will not.
It will be. They're winning next year. It's 2024.
There is not a chance in the world the Dogs will win.
There's every chance in the world. It's 2024.
We'll just wait and see. And
your team played a role in the pattern, Zane. You can't complain.
Yes, but we'll get to Good Friday and the Dogs will probably lose by 40 and probably finish bottom 4 again.
Well, they can't. That just doesn't make sense because how can you win the comp from the bottom? Bottom 4 of the top 8?
No.
Yeah. Maybe.
They might make the 8, but no, they're not winning.
Is
the
there
comp.
anything?
They are not winning.
They literally are winning the comp. It's 2024. Is there anything else out of this game? Any other key moments or talking points you can think of?
Nah,
not really.
Well, that was a pretty stern.
What about Harry Grant coming off the bench?
Yeah, that was interesting. That worked. I think.
You think it was the right?
I don't think they should do it every week, but I think in those type of games where it's going to start physical, bring him on when everyone's just battered and bruised.
Because it worked.
Because it's a similar situation to Damien Cook. I think they should save him.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
And play Havili.
Well, it's like how in the South's Panthers semi-final last year when Appy Coruscant came off.
Well, they did that a lot last year, Penrith.
Turned momentum completely.
And Damien Cook's a player who can do that.
Yeah.
Like, from the Dogs when he first debuted. And he just broke the line every time he ran. Yeah, but now he gets, now he just gets marked a lot better. So
people just do a lot more tape on him.
Yeah, exactly. He's marked a lot better now. It's the same with, there's a lot of plays. I remember Angus Crichton used to always break the line. Murray as well. But, again, both of them just get marked a lot better now.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Do you think that Harry Grant should come off the bench this week?
Yeah, I think he should.
Yeah?
See how it goes. That's what I mean.
You can just see how it goes.
Yeah, I know Penrith never get tired, but I just think give it a shot. They got nothing to lose here. The Storm.
Well, they sort of do tough. Though, because he can play 80.
I know.
And so maybe you need Harry Grant.
If they're down 6-0 early, then bring him on. If they can grind them out,
that's a fair point.
Minutes.
You can just if the game starts and you sort of go, oh, we probably should have started him. You just put him on 5 minutes.
Keep him scoreless for 20 minutes, then bring him on.
Yeah.
And then see how it goes from there. Maybe and then playing for the rest of the year.
Maybe the game plans are literally as soon as Panthers take a lead, then
just get him on. Exactly.
As soon as it feels like it's getting away.
They've named him on the bench this week, haven't they?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think to check that. Why are we asking should they? Let's find out will they or have they? He's named at hooker. Okay. But that doesn't mean anything.
You never know.
Interestingly, actually, we'll come back. We'll do a little bit more of a preview than just predictions. So we'll come back to that. So nothing else to talk about in Roosters Storm. Let's go to
the mighty
Wars and the Newcastle Knights.
Yes. Well, you said the Knights they're just irrelevant.
So give me a nice summary of this game, Zane.
Want me to say it in one word?
No, give me a couple of sentences. Do it in one word and then give me a couple of sentences.
I'll do it in 3 words. Up the wires. That's literally the only way I can describe this game is Warriors. It was literally just all the Warriors from the minute the game started. In that first 15 minutes of Sean Johnson, probably up there with one of the best 15 minutes of his career.
Yeah.
Those tries.
Where does it rank in just any 15-minute period from any good ever?
It's hard to compare.
Up there?
There'd be a lot of moments.
It was pretty good though. It wasn't a bad 15 minutes.
Trolls 2 minutes in Good Friday. It's definitely up there.
Was that a South Sydney reference?
Yeah, it was. But anyway.
I can't do this anymore.
That first try he gave to Shans, that was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Johnson, again, ball. That was just the perfect pass.
Yeah. That was actually just, I think I actually may have said ball at that point as well.
The Knights never looked in this game. I know they started grinding the Warriors back into it at one point, but the Warriors were all over
What was it half time? 16-6? 16-4.
Was it?
16-4.
Okay, it was.
Based on my math.
Hang on.
Yeah, 16-4. Yes. So, the night going into the Sheds at halftime, the game was winnable for the Knights.
Nah, I don't think it was at all.
Based on the score, I mean.
Based on the score, but I don't think.
I agree.
If you out on the field,
in terms of the game, the game was basically gone. But just in terms of 16-4, you can come back and win that. But it just wasn't going to happen. They did also score the first try of the second half and made it 16-10. And that's probably the point where it was if they score next again, they can probably go on with it. Yeah. But then the Warriors scored 3 minutes later.
Warriors let themselves lose over there.
Especially with that crowd just egging them on. Goodness me.
So, but, they complain. They're a bit upset this week that the game's going to be on at 9 o'clock.
That is stupid.
Yeah.
That is stupid.
Let me tell you, why would the Broncos want to play a day game? Have you seen their record in the day?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be up to the Broncos.
Well, it should be up to the NRL, but...
Yeah, it's not up to them. It's up to, it was literally Channel 9 that... Yeah. Because the NRL was having meetings with Channel 9 because the NRL wanted it moved.
Today.
Yeah, well, the NRL...
We've seen the Broncos in the day,
No good.
It's no good.
Well, the NRL...
they couldn't have even played this on the Friday night. To tell the truth. If they wanted to move it, they couldn't have just swapped it to Friday night. They still would have had to do it on a weekend.
But it just, what doesn't make... So, sorry, I'm going to finish this and then I'll go back. So, the NRL was having meetings with Channel 9 trying to get it moved, and Channel 9 just wouldn't budge. They didn't want to move it earlier. But what doesn't make sense to me is that, the last 2 weeks they've played it earlier.
Yeah, I know.
And they've had really good ratings.
One reason is because they had to play it over in New Zealand. Fair enough.
But the Panthers-Warriors game was
exactly.
early.
Well, they normally have a day game,
Yeah, but it was earlier than it normally is.
Oh, it's normally 4 o'clock.
It was 3 o'clock.
Well, you know,
earlier. That is a fair point. They do normally have a day game. But like they're throwing away viewers. That's what doesn't make sense to me from Channel 9's POV. Like, it's all about viewership. And
people in New Zealand aren't going to be watching on Channel 9.
Oh, because they watch Sky Sport. Oh, no, that's a good point.
I don't think they're worried about that much. They're just worried about the Broncos.
No, that's a fair point. Then that makes sense. Screw Channel 9, though. Screw those guys.
Yeah.
Give the Warriors a day game. Give them what they deserve. They've earned it.
Such biased commentary on Channel 9.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to listen... No, it's not even Joey. It's Freddie.
Yeah.
In that Storm Roosters game.
I don't watch Channel 9.
That is probably the most biased commentary I've ever seen.
Why?
He's just getting so upset when the Storm scored that try. He's like, I think Warbrick's dropped it. I really think he has. And it's just like, I don't know why they allow that sort of bias in commentary.
I was talking about this with a mate.
They should not be letting Joey Johns commentate Knights games.
Actually, I think my mate was complaining about Joey doing the Knights game, but we sort of said that bias should only be happening in commentary in Origin, and it should only happen in Origin if you got one Queensland bloke and one New South Wales bloke.
It's like Joey Johns last week against the Raiders. I'll quote what he said. "Come on, boys, you're nearly there."
Yeah. There was like videos of him after the game, like celebrating and stuff.
Commentators should not be allowed to say, "Come on, boys, you can do it." Like,
I have nothing against a commentator having a team.
Yeah.
But
like
don't,
Matt Thompson supports actively, South, by the way.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I met him the other week. But don't actively... Yeah, I did.
Where was this at?
Doesn't matter. But don't actively support a team like during a game. Well, like verbally. Do it just off camera. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stupid. Yeah. You're turning away viewers. Like Channel 9 are all
Joey
about
shouldn't be allowed
to
commentate night games, and Freddie shouldn't be allowed to commentate Roosters games or even Penrith games to some extent.
Well, I think they need Joey commentating at night because otherwise he'll get up to other deeds.
True. Like Gus doesn't commentate Dogs games, which is fair enough. Like, he's not allowed to.
He does sometimes.
No, he doesn't.
He does sometimes, and he's very biased when he does.
When was this?
Just sometimes.
He didn't this year.
He definitely does sometimes.
He didn't this year.
I've heard, I think maybe the Bulldog Sharks game.
I don't think he did commentate that.
He definitely
No, because I remember watching his podcast and he was talking about watching it at home.
Yeah, okay.
He did not commentate that game.
He's also quite biased towards the Panthers.
Yeah, well, I know he is, but when he had that role at the Penrith, he didn't commentate their games ever. Okay. He was never allowed to.
I just to clear things up, I don't think...
You know what the most biased...
Hang on, I was just going to say, I don't think that he should be commentating Bulldogs games.
Yeah,
I just want to clear that up. He definitely shouldn't be.
He's the general manager of football.
Yeah,
like they wouldn't get Nick Politis to commentate a Roosters game. They wouldn't get Russell Crowe to commentate a South game.
And people argue it's his job, but bro, nah. He shouldn't. If it was up to me... Gus wouldn't be in commentary because he's our general manager and he should be all in on that.
In general, he's probably the worst commentator.
Actually, you know what? If it was up to me, I don't want to say this because I'm not going to say it.
Do you know what I think the most biased commentary performance of all time is? It's Gus Gould.
Yeah.
2020 prelim.
Panthers. Rabbitohs.
The most biased commentary I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Every time Penrith ran, good run. Great run, Fish. Every time South ran, they can't keep up with them. They're just not good enough.
Can I offer a counter to your most biased commentary of all time? Cameron Smith, State of Origin Game 3, when Ben Hunt took the charge down. Go Dozer!
I mean, during the game, he wasn't backing on Queensland.
It was the last play, and he's also the assistant coach. Yeah,
just nothing positive about South. Penrith were all over him, which wasn't the case in that game. It was a grind to the death.
Yeah.
But every time Penrith took a run, good run, great work. And when his team that he is supporting a game isn't going well, he just naturally
just goes quiet.
Well, he doesn't go quiet, but he still complains. Gets positive about him, but he points out more positives in the other team.
Yeah,
it's fortunately bad read in defense.
Or he starts complaining.
Yeah,
things that the things he complains about, that he's going in on Monday morning and he's going to yell at the players for it.
Exactly, but fit like socks. When the Roosters are losing. You should have heard him. If you watch that game on Channel 9, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
He sounded like he was going to cry at one point.
Really?
He's Klein really needs to have a better look at this sort of stuff. Shush, Freddie, please, enough. Teddy's washed. Get over it.
Teddy is... I wouldn't say he's washed.
He is washed.
I don't think he's washed. He was actually quite good on the weekend.
He was very good on the weekend. He's not winning the Dally M this year, is he?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's washed.
He's not at his peak anymore.
Latrell Mitchell's not winning the Dally M.
Oh, he will next year.
No, he won't.
We've got to call it the...
Matt Burden will, mate.
You've got to call it the Trelly M.
It'll be the M. Burden medal.
It'll be rebranded to the Trelly M next year. He'll call it that himself as well.
That is true. He would literally call it that himself. That's something he would do because he's that arrogant. Once again, we're talking about Souths, but anyway.
And the Dogs brought them up again.
Yeah, but we're allowed to talk about the Bulldogs. They're the best team ever.
But anyway.
Let's trot, baby.
So, Knights.
Knights, Warriors.
Yes. What do you think of Knights' performance? They just couldn't keep up with them.
Well, I was going to say, to just, I guess, bounce off what you've just asked me, where do you think it went wrong for the Knights?
It was the crowd, I think, the Warriors.
That's what I agree.
Got them up too much. Knights just couldn't handle it, the pressure of
Especially after last week having the home crowd.
Some tries, like where, the Knights of the past few weeks, or the past months, would have definitely made that tackle, like the Adam Fanua-Blake one.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way Fanua-Blake should have ran through that. But I think that was just the pressure of the crowd got to him.
Yeah, I agree. And, they played the home game last week, so they had the crowd behind them.
Yeah.
And so it would have been very different. Opposite. Plus, you got to keep in mind, they had to fly to New Zealand.
John Bernard there, but that was about it, really.
Yeah. Yeah, they had him in the Knights jersey, or his brother in the Knights jersey. So, you got to keep in mind as well, New Zealand is arguably the worst away trip.
Oh, yeah.
Not only do Warriors they currently have the great, crazy crowd, they've also got
a Dogs home game as an opposition is terrible. Well, even just the Dogs game in general.
You had a worse experience at the South's home game against the Bulldogs than the Bulldogs home game.
Disgraceful, that. Disgraceful.
You just can't handle Banner, mate. You just can't handle losing. You're just a sore loser.
It's not that.
Keep embarrassing yourself.
It wasn't about the loss. It was about fools that think they're allowed to sit in the opposition away bay just to stir up drama.
Probably should just
Dogs fans do it a lot. A lot.
We stay winning. When was the last time you bet the Bulldogs, mate?
Oh, 50-16. Troll Mitt.
Yeah, and then we beat you last time.
Two tries, 2 mins. Yeah, you beat our cup.
2 games ago.
You beat our cup team.
We had a cup team. We had more players in that game that had played cup than the Rabbitohs did.
So had South.
That's just not. That doesn't even make sense. We had more players in South that had played cup.
We didn't have Trell. We didn't have Campbell
Trell
Graham.
does nothing anyway.
We didn't have Campbell Graham. We didn't have Cody Walker.
What's Campbell Graham? He's not a rep player.
Who else didn't?
Just a random.
Who else did we not have in that game? We didn't have Cook.
Cody Walker wasn't even good enough to debut till he's 26.
We didn't have Murray.
Jai Arrow needs... I'll tell you what, Jai Arrow didn't want to play against the Bulldogs because he is an irresponsible dog owner and was actually banned from playing against the Bulldogs.
We had excuses for not. And you still managed to concede
Make all the excuses you want,
points to a cup team.
And we still score, and we still won. That's just good honest rugby league attack.
Fluke, whatever.
It's just good honest rugby league attack.
Next year when we win by about
And Toby
20.
Sexton will own your franchise again.
Yeah.
Sex season, baby. Woohoo. Once again, we're talking about Bulldogs Rabbitohs. Oh dear, we're biased, Zane. We are biased.
But there's nothing more. We're going off topic. There's literally nothing more we can add to this
anything
game.
else out of this game?
No, that's what I mean. That's how we're going off topic. We just can't think of anything else to talk about with this game. It's just all the Warriors. The poor Knights, they turned their season around, but this was probably a wake-up call for them, really.
Yeah.
They had a loss coming.
They really did.
Yeah, they weren't going to win the comp either.
They'd won 10 in a row and they were playing without the halfback in New Zealand in front of that crowd. As you just said, they had a loss coming. I thought going into the game, I thought they were a chance, but in hindsight's a wonderful thing, but they were just never winning.
I always expected a 13+, deep down.
Do you think 40-10 is a fair reflection of the game? Really? You reckon?
Yeah.
I think it deserved to be a little bit closer.
You reckon?
It was 16-10 at one stage. The Knights did sort of crawl back into it.
They did, but obviously not good enough.
I'll tell you where the game shifted. So it was 16-10. Dylan Walker scores a try shortly after to get the lead.
South legend.
Back up.
Dylan Walker.
And then the two front rowers came back onto the field. And that's where the game just...
Yeah, I agree.
Clicked. Yeah.
Completely agree.
So just another shout out to... Well, we already shouted out Adam Fanua-Blake, but also... Who was that other prop? Tohu?
Might have been Tohu,
Was it Harris, the other prop? I feel like it wasn't. I feel like he's lock.
It wasn't Nakore, was it?
No, he's back row. Barnett.
No, yeah.
And, I can't believe... Barnett had a good game. So, shout out to Mitch Barnett. You know who else I have rated this year? And he's a Lithgow boy, which is where I'm from. Wade Egan. Yeah. He's playing good footy.
He is.
He's playing good
Do you reckon he
rugby
could
league
be
footy.
a sneaky chance for Origin eventually?
When he was coming through the grades at Penrith, Joey John said he'd play hooker for New South Wales. And I think the way the current hooker landscape is for New South Wales, obviously you got Appy Coruscant there and Reece Robson there because Damien Cook's now a centre in Origin. I think Wade Egan's probably the third option.
Yeah, you reckon?
Who else outside of Appy, Reece Robson, and I guess Damien Cook, who's a centre apparently.
Kyle Flanagan?
I mean,
there's Appy, Cookie,
maybe.
Robson.
Yeah, and then like outside of them, like who's the next? Yeah. Like it's Egan, and like, is there even anyone else? Do you know what I mean? Crossland. Oh, I don't know if he's New South Wales. Like I'm not saying I'm not putting him up there. I'm not putting him up. I'm just trying to think like who actually is eligible.
It'd probably be Mitch Kenny, to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, Mitch Kenny.
He'd be there.
Like Marnie's Queensland. Billy Walters is Queensland. Like
that's
Robson's Cowboys.
About it, really.
Marshall King. No, he's New Zealand.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Wade Egan's in the mix.
Would be Wade Egan.
And like Cookie's getting on. I think how old's Robson? Is he young?
He'd be younger.
He's only young. Appy's like a little bit older.
Appy's like 29.
I can see
Robson would be like 26.
I can see if Wade Egan keeps this format, I can see him going into camp.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I don't want to make calls on who could go into camp.
Because you have a bit of a history. Yeah.
Didn't I?
You sure did, mate.
Yeah, gee.
What club does he play for?
The club I support.
You're just making about Rabbitohs again?
The Cardinal and Myrtle team. Preview and predictions. Oh, sorry, I took over the intro. It's like the first time I've done the intro like this, probably all season, really. Isn't it?
No, you got it, mate.
But
start
anyway,
again.
Preview and predictions.
Ready? Wait, start again. 3, 2, 1.
Preview and predictions time. Preliminary finals. Only 2 games to go for this time. 17 started, 4 remain. First game, Panthers are Storm.
Actually, there's something else we should do before we
get into we've got to shout out Picklebet, obviously.
Yep, go on.
The best gambling company there is.
Yep. Yeah.
So shout out to Picklebet. Make sure you use code HOTDOG whenever you gamble. Gamble responsibly because you lose more than you win. Trust me, I'm not very well when I'm trying to save for a holiday. It's waste of money.
Maybe you should call a certain phone number.
Call the hotline. Winston will give you the number.
1300 858 858
858.
Except don't include the second 85. Don't include the third 858.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I just do all the numbers I said.
But anyway.
But the last 3 numbers are 858.
Would you call this one game of the round? Or would you call the other one game of the round? I'm more excited for the other one, but I feel like this one will be a better game.
I'm more excited for this one.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone's expecting the other one to be closer. A lot of people are saying that Warriors will come closer to beating Broncos than Storm to beating Panthers.
I agree.
I think it'll be the other way around.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Storm Panthers I think it'll be way closer.
I think the Storm will play their best game of the season.
Yeah, I think so.
Clip it up.
Do you remember 2021 Storm Panthers when Storm had won like 80 million games in a row? Panthers obviously they had a good season as well. But Storm were big favourites and then Panthers upset them in like that grindy game and won. Yeah. I think it'll be a similar game to that.
But what do you think will happen? Do you reckon it'll be tight?
I think the winner will win 1-12. Yeah. I think it'll be tight.
Because I think this is going to be 13 plus to the Panthers.
Really?
I reckon it's going to be 34-14. It'll be tight for the first half and then Panthers will just do what the Panthers do and just run away with it.
You reckon Storm score 14 points against the Panthers? Panthers average less than 12 points a game.
They've done it earlier in the year.
Yeah, okay. Zane, I'm torn on this one because common sense just says the Panthers, and so do the Picklebet betting markets. Like Panthers huge favourites
as well. Like I don't want the Storm there. Like how boring will that be?
At the start of the semis, I did my full bracket prediction.
You said Storm would beat them in this game.
Yeah, everything so far has been correct. And then in this game, I said Storm would beat them. That was like 2 weeks ago, and that was before I saw how good Panthers were playing.
Are you sticking with it?
And how off Storm are. And that's why I'm torn. I don't know if I should stick with it.
You should stick with it. I reckon you got to Storm.
Panthers.
I can pick the Storm.
Because like common sense
got to lose at some point though, don't they?
But you know what? We'll get to
that next week if they win this game.
Getting an entire bracket would be pretty cool, and I'm going to be a man of my word. I said it'd be like me getting to next year and then saying, "Oh, I actually don't think the Bulldogs will win the comp." No, I'm going to stick true to my word till I die, until somebody literally murders me. I'm going to just stay true to my word. So I'm going to go Storm to win this one. At the figure they are on Picklebet,
tell me the score line, the exact score line.
Exact score line.
Low score in your.
I'll go 16-12.
Oh. Yeah. I think Panthers. I don't think they're going to win the comp this year.
Oh, but you think
I think they'll win this game.
Yep. Interesting. Based on my bracket, I also have Broncos winning the comp. But based off what my bracket was.
No, I don't necessarily even have the Broncos winning.
Oh.
I've got them winning this week. Well, I've just given away my tip.
Yeah. That's all good. I just want to say, I'm just trying to find the Picklebet market for like this week. Hang on, give me a sec. Oh, it's only got to win the comp. So those markets aren't up yet, but they will be. By the time you're watching this episode, they will be because we're filming a bit early. But yeah, I'd be loading up on the Storm this week. I think there's value there.
Yeah.
That'll be around $5 to beat the Panthers. And it's like, that's probably... I had a rule last year, up until this year, when Storm sort of fell off a little bit, I had a rule. If Storm were above $2, you bet on them. Because they should, like, they're always in games. And so
like
$5...
Again, they have the games where they get pumped, and then they have a game where they have a good win, and then it's just average.
That's this
games
year. I mean, before this year, like they were just like they're always in games before this year.
They've come back to earth this year.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
100%.
I just don't want them in the grand final. Please win,
Why?
Penrith. Because it's just boring whenever they're there. It's just like whatever.
And I just to be clear as well, I don't have anything against Panthers winning.
Yeah, neither do I.
But I also don't have anything against Storm winning.
They're my second preference.
I'm happy.
They're my second preference. No, and like, you know.
My number one preference is the Wars.
Yeah,
up the Wars.
the same.
And then I literally couldn't care less who else wins.
Exactly. Like, I don't have an issue with Penrith. If they win, whatever.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I do prefer Panthers to win the comp.
Than the Wars.
Even more than the Wars. You want to know why?
Why?
Because that would mean Panthers get the three-peat. And the last time a team three-peated, the Bulldogs won the comp the next year. And so maybe, as well as the 2024 theory... Is that just more of a sign that the Bulldogs are going to win the comp next year?
Goodness gracious. If you made the 8 this year, I could back it. But it's not going to happen.
Stop ignoring the universe, Zane.
It's not happening.
Stop ignoring the universe.
Doctor Strange, I know you're hearing me. Please just alter.
All right, Zane. Like, do you have at any
probably
time...
1 in 18, whatever it was, million. Are we in that one universe, are we?
We must be. Stars are aligning. It's in the stars. Who's your anytime try scorer? And give me a first try scorer as well for this game.
First try?
Actually, you know what? Before you give your first try scorer, Pick or Bet are going to have the promotion where your first try scorer, if they score the second try, you still get paid out as a winner. So make sure to get on that because that's good value as well.
First try, Harry Grant.
Ooh.
Anytime try. It's just similar to last year's Prelim. In the same sort of way. Try Toto.
Talk me through how he scored his try last year.
He's going to just get an intercept and all the Storm players are just going to trip over each other and Toto's just going to dive over.
Was it Storm players last year?
All right, if it was a different team. A team they beat in the Prelim last year. But anyway, it's the Storm and Panthers this game. So we're only mentioning them.
Yeah. So you think Bronto intercept try?
Yeah. I reckon the Panthers will go on to win 34-14.
There you go. All right.
Halftime score. 14 to 8.
Me.
14 to 8 to the Panthers.
All right.
20 minutes.
First team to 8 points. Yeah, let's go deeper. Give me a overs, unders. Nah, jokes. My try scorers, my first try scorer, I'll go with... Give me... I think Panthers score first. So give me... Toto. I'll go Toto first. Actually, no. I'm going to go Tungo first.
Yes.
He destroyed Storm last time. I'm going to go Tungo first try scorer, and I'm going to go Stephen Crichton anytime try scorer. Both
Storm
Panthers.
Winning.
I'm going Storm winning, but I'm going both
Panthers tries, are they?
Yeah, because Stephen Crichton actually scratched that. I was confused. I was thinking of the grand final. Stephen Crichton has a really good record in grand finals. He scored like the last 3. So scratch that. My first try scorer, I'm going to go Tungo still, but I'll go Will Warbrick anytime.
Yeah.
The Will, the War, the Brick. Anytime try scorer for the Storm.
Good choice.
Storm wins 16. Did I say 12?
16-12, yeah.
16-12. Halftime score 12-all.
Okay.
There you go.
Now, game. This is the game I'm most excited for. I reckon this will be a ripper of a game. But at the same time, I feel like it could end up being 13+ Broncos.
The Reece Walsh Cup.
But Warriors have all the play for here. Just go out there and just play their style of footy. But I reckon the Broncos will win 32-16.
Another high scoring one.
And anytime try scorer, South's legend, Adam Reynolds.
Nice. South's legend? Is that like the Rabbitohs?
Yeah, Rabbitohs legend.
Yeah.
And first try scorer, I'm going to go with... let's go with first try... I reckon Warriors might score first.
Yeah?
So I'm going to say Montoya.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, in the corner.
Anytime?
Then anytime Reynolds.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. And your halftime score. Because we're doing that now, apparently.
We'll go 18-12 to the Bronx.
And then it just blows out in the second half.
Well, 32-16, so sort of,
you can... There's a saying in rugby league that Origin 2 and 3, depending like who's winning the 2, like they can blow out because once a team's like losing and the series is over, they just give up. And maybe the prelims will be the same. Like it's happened before. I don't mean to bring up the Bulldogs Rabbits again, but that's just one that comes to mind in 2012, the Bulldogs and Rabbits game.
Yeah,
it was sort of tight for a little bit. And then as soon as it was like, oh, the Bulldogs going to win, it just blew out. And I feel like that does happen quite a bit in prelims. Yeah. So just to your point, like it might just blow out in the second half. And I'm actually now going to go a similar vibe. I'm going to go Broncos to win. I'm going to go Broncos to win 26-6. Halftime score, I'm going to go 14-6. And then my try scorers, anytime try scorer, Montoya's a left winger. Hey, you already took him. Screw it. Give me Adam Pompey, anytime try scorer. Sean Johnson try assist though.
Yeah.
Do you remember him in the Storm prelim?
Yeah.
Or something similar to that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go our boy Adam Pompey in his first ever prelim. Shout out to our boy. I'm going to go him anytime. And then first try scorer, I'll go... Give me Herbie Farnworth.
Yeah. Centre would be a good choice for the Broncos.
But yeah, Reece Walsh, I was thinking him, I was thinking him for first try, but I think I'll give you a tip, Zane. I'll give you a tip. Reece Walsh, last try scorer.
Okay, yeah.
I'll give you a tip.
I reckon he'd score at the end if he did score.
Yeah.
I feel like he will score in this game.
I've let Reynolds as well, let her score late.
He's my last try.
Yeah.
Scorer, Reece Walsh. But anyway, that's
it.
A wrap.
I think that's us done.
Prelim finals. Next time you see us, well, you probably see us on TikTok, it will be grand final preview and Dally M's.
Yes, it will be grand final preview, Dally M's, prelim review, and for the first time ever, you won't be crying about South losing a prelim.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, you decide, mate. But that's us done and dusted. As always, up the Waz, baby.